Get your hand reared back. Hello, everybody. You
Hello,
don't even
everybody.
know.
And
You
that was
you ain't even got a clue to what we go through on pre-show
pre-show.
with this. Smitty can't even get yourself together, Smitty. And we need. My other word was collectivize. Welcome everybody to the third show.
It's about to be some pistivity today.
Vision. Vision.
Okay, come on. Let's reel this in. Come on, let's get this together. Along with my brothers Shannon and my man Smitty, Beatrice, salute to you. Thank you for all that you have done.
Beatrice, what's up? B has become Solano County's Where Waldo. That girl be everywhere. She might be in the county. She might not be in the country. B, what's up? Hey, send us some pictures of you drinking a cocktail or something. Let us know you still kicking.
So tonight's show is eclectic as most of them are. We're going from preachers to students
to midget wrestling in the DMV.
And believe it or not, that could be a thing. That could just be a thing. This is going to be one of our lighter shows, even when we start talking about the school, because Shannon's ridiculous.
I'm not ridiculous.
Oh, you have to prove yourself.
I'm not about to prove myself.
Ridiculous.
So I know. I just want to start since, and again, this is lighthearted. We're still holding people accountable. Solutions, challenges, making changes. The show's never going to change. It's always about the cause. But before we get too deep and I lose focus, I do want to touch on and this is particularly Solano County. I'm not talking about across the United States. Solano County just went from the red tier to purple to red. Here in California, the governor has us in different tiers to do different things. So we went to a less restrictive tier, which allows for schools to open at a certain ratio. So as of March 18th, you're going to have K through 6 returning on a limited schedule. So you should check with your school district or your principal and find out what those new classes are going to look like. I should say new times. Mm-hmm. And then March 22nd, that's when you have secondary coming back, your high schoolers as such, and they're also going to be unlimited. Do not get confused because K through 6, as it stands, is 50% of the time. Secondary is 25% of the time. Those may change, but right now, as we sit here today, that's where we're at. I encourage you to call your principal, call your school, and find out what the days and the times are. They change from district to district, from school to school. So you may have somebody in high school in your house, you may have someone in 3rd grade. They're not going to job. So find out. I implore you, find out.
So that also means don't be just randomly dropping your kids off.
No.
And thinking that, it's 8 o'clock till 3 o'clock.
Because it's really not.
It's really not. It really isn't.
No.
It really isn't. And
but it's not traditional 8-2-3. But even in the distant learning we had, your child should still be doing some sort of schoolwork from 8:30 to 2:30 every single day. They may not be on the screen with the teacher, but when they're off screen, they still have work that needs to be done. I cannot stress that enough. School is not just 8:30 to 11:30, people. It's all day, just like it was. It's just in a different world. We're in a different educational environment now. It's going to look different. I need you to be aware of that. School learning does not end at noon. Just understand that. It does not end at noon.
There's still homework. Madison still continues on with her homework throughout the day. Absolutely. Still homework. No, but that's true though. And it is. And I'm just everybody's so just juiced about getting them kids back in school and all this other stuff. But I'm really curious upon them first 3 days.
It ain't even the first 3 days.
That first week. Because all that energy that's been pent up is getting ready to get released. And I don't think these people really know what they're asking for. You think the first day back from summer is big. Right. It's been a year and you've been pushing. So all that energy, all that anxiety is getting ready to get released all at one time. Good luck with that.
No, you know what's really funny? We're going to see how this school district plays it, because I remember back here, since this pandemic has happened, it was windy out, or because there was smoke in the air. They closed school, virtual school. So if they that stupid to close virtual,
wow. I remember that.
Yeah, they closed virtual school because it was smoky outside. Your kid's supposed to be in the house learning, but yet all these people ran. I want my kid to go back to school. I want him to go back to school. Get prepared, because if they did something that minutely, I can't even call it stupid. It just don't make sense. If they did something that minute, expect what your kids are going to learn from the same people who closed virtual school because it's smoky outside.
Well, I mean, and that's just going to be a thing.
Here's my concern. Again, this is not just for Solano County. This is for any school that's over, because I know Texas is lifting their mandate of mask, and some other states are as well, and that's totally fine. I'm not here to judge you, and I don't really care you wear a mask or not my business. But this is one of my concerns is opening schools now. Here's the scenario that I'm most concerned about. You open schools now, I don't care how much time it is, 25%, 30%, I don't care. Then we have this influx of people back into society, moving about one another, parents coming and going, dropping their children off. And then we immediately go into spring break. So now we got a week off. Now you got parents who may have college students coming home, moving about the country. You may have parents themselves taking themselves and their families out of the state to go on spring break vacations. And then we come back, we get back into school, whatever it may look like still. And like Shannon said, and I know you said, Trey, you know, you're concerned about this first day back or this first week back. I'm looking beyond that as far as people feeling a lot comfortable now that there's vaccines, numbers are going down, and we lose a little bit of that that security blanket, and we start moving in and out. So I'm really not worried about that first day or that first week. I'm really worried about the end of April and May, because again, like I said, we're going into spring break. There's going to be a lot of movement, vacations, transportation, things going on. And then everybody comes back, falls back into their routine of going to school, parents going back and forth. And then that's my concern right there.
Yeah.
Then, you know, what's that's going to look like as far as just.
I guess my biggest concern is community colleges out here. The majority of them aren't opening until 2022.
Yeah.
We're talking about adults. Most of our UCs aren't reopening until next year. What makes K through 12 administrators think they're more educated than these college professors?
No, it's not. That's not the issue. It's not a matter of education. It's a matter of whose parents yell the most.
And money.
It's because and money, yeah. Because I mean, because you got to look at it. Most college students, you know, you've already left the house, so to speak. At least at that level, not, you know, with UCs and states and community colleges, you're adults, so you're not going to have, you don't have them same problems as a sixth grader. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of parents who are pushing that, well, my kid needs to go to school, and not all of them, but some of them are pushing because I just need a break. I need my kid to get up out of here because for my own state of mind. Not necessarily what's best for the kid, right, but what's best for them.
But this goes back to,
you know, so
maybe they shouldn't have laid down and had a kid. They should have thought about that. Ain't no secret. We got parents out here that are kids themselves having kids, and they can't take care of their damn self. And then it's falling on other people.
Yeah.
People need to wake the hell up. These kids didn't ask to be here. You had them, you take care of them. And just because you send them off, what are they learning at the end of the day? Really, if you ain't at home going over a lesson plan with them or teaching them something new, what are they really learning?
Yeah. And that is a thing. And that's a big picture thing that, I mean, because if you look at all the news interviews, they're usually who the people who are on there. And I'm not trying to stereotype, I'm just pointing out what I see are your suburban white moms who are talking about my kids needs to go to school, you know, and that's what mostly you see.
And they don't work because their husband is out working.
Now, that's what I'm saying. It's just they need their time, and that's how they see it.
They disguise it. I agree with both of you. They disguise it under the cloak of you're shortchanging our children by not allowing them to socialize and have friends and experience writing on the chalkboard and not experience sitting on the carpet having reading time and not experience passing love notes, and you're shortchanging them of their senior dance and the social
aspect, which is true.
Absolutely.
But it's true.
Keep in mind this. And everybody, this goes to our audience, our viewers. You're lucky. If you got a twin, that's a different story. But you came into this world by yourself. At the end of the day, you're gonna leave by yourself. So in all honesty, you really ain't gotta worry about socialization. Learn how to focus on yourself. When you know all you need to know about you, then you know all you need to know. And that's an everyday process. It's constantly forever changing. As we grow every day, there's something new that's happening.
I think
when you learn about you, that's all you need to know.
When you know all when you know all there is to know about you, then that's all you need to know. And you will never know everything about yourself because you're changing every day. We all are. It's one thing to understand concepts, but people need to wake up and see it. At the end of the day, who are we harming? We're not harming ourselves. We're harming our kids if we put them in these situations with this pandemic.
I think here's the conundrum. Here's the conundrum that society faces right now, especially specifically for education. Again, I always go back to politicians. I don't care what side you are. Politicians turned a health concern into a political debate. Should have never been that. That's problem number one. Problem number two is this: you have these different entities within the education system. So you have public school, private school, charter schools, all kind of got their own little ways of working, their own little rules they follow, and who they report to, and what they can do and what they can't do. So, perfect example, on one piece of plot in a city, you could have a private school only getting their money from somewhere else, and then a public school adjacent. Private school, there's kids there every single day. They're running around, they're playing, they're no mask. And in the public school, there's no kids involved because it's shut down. They're on a different rule structure. So you see these parents who are, oh, my little Johnny is not getting his social time and he's not being allowed to run and tumble and this, but right across the way, those kids are over there playing. They're playing tag and catch and kickball. Yeah. You are shortchanging our children and not giving them what they need and allowing them to be kids. The district can't answer that because that's not even their school.
It's none of their business.
Yeah,
none of their business.
The problem, because it's a political game. It has nothing to do with anything else. They just want to say, you're holding us back from living our life. Yeah.
and that's the argument. I was watching a TikTok video, and this lady was flashing at a UPS store, losing her mind. At one point in the video, she called the UPS store a private residence, and she justified that because she got her mail there.
I remember that video. I remember that
right?
video.
And
Yeah.
in that video, she said in the one the girl who was filming was saying, "Ma'am, you need to have on a mask if you're going to be in the store." I don't wear a mask. I'm not a conformist. I was like, wait, what the heck? What? But that's kind of like that's one of the arguments that you get from those people who are at the private schools and the people who are yelling who have to go to public schools.
So I love that word conformist, and damn it, thank you. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there to where we're going. But while we're talking about conformist, this particular person, whoever she may be, I love, because I take this to Bible thumpers. So conformists, you get the same treatment as Bible thumpers. If you're gonna not be a conformist to wearing a mask, then don't be a conformist to racism. Don't be a conformist to segregation. Don't be a conformist to immigration. Don't be a conformist to transgender. Come on. Bible thumpers and conformists for me, because they pick and choose which one they want to conform to. Which conformity I'm not wearing a mask. So I'm not a conformer.
I'm not a conformer. Leave me alone. I have my rights. Oh, it's not about your rights. Slow down. It's about health.
No, it's about religion.
Oh.
And at the end of the day, it's about that almighty dollar and what makes sense.
If we
I like how you almost did that.
And they last Pappy proved it to him.
Pappy.
Last Pappy.
Pappy Orange. Pappy Orange.
He proved it to him.
Well, hey, that was all our president.
Hey,
whether we liked him or not.
You know what?
Whether we voted for him or not. Whether we agreed with him or not.
Conformist. So, hey, Miss Conformist.
Yeah.
Was that your president?
Facts.
Or not? I'm not conforming to him. He don't tell me what to do.
Well, we got a lot of them here. I know that.
I'm not dealing with my bill. Those are your Bill of Rights.
Right. Exactly. I'm not.
That's your constitution. I'm not conforming to that.
You know what?
I bet you Miss I'm not a conformist stops at every damn red light in her city because she don't want a ticket.
Because she want to take it.
Yeah, come on now. Talk to me about.
But the funny part about while she was ranting and raving, she says, "Well, I already caught COVID in '99." Wait, what? How did? Oh, it was. I'm sorry. She said 2009. Did she say 2019? She said something stupid.
Meth heads always come up with the craziest stories.
Gotta love them.
Gotta love them.
Gotta love them.
Their creativity is unmatched, unequal. I'll tell you that. You know.
Yes.
And again, the whole conformity. You know, please don't tell me you're a conformist or you're not a conformist.
No,
you can choose what you conform to.
Because I'm gonna ask you automatically, pick a struggle.
Please.
Just pick a struggle. You're not with this? Okay, fine. Or I'm sorry, you're not with that part of that.
Absolutely.
Well, see, you know what? They say they're conformists, but we got to look at it, you know, the breakdown of that. They're wanting to be accepted. So they don't have a problem giving up their own individuality.
No.
When they don't. And me and my brother Smitty have seen it with the school board here. When this pandemic first hit, you had that whole room packed, and kid you not, all them white people in there with no mask. I gotta say it because they were all white.
I had a mask on.
Yeah. I had a mask too. Even
neither one of you are white, so
no, but
I still had a mask on. and you know that's another thing. That's another thing. Mask is not about white or black people.
No.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Not even close.
You know, I mean, if 2020 didn't show you nothing, it showed you just how ignorant people are. To think, oh, well, you're Uncle Tom because you're not wearing a mask. Or you're not this supporter because you are wearing a mask. Or really? Bro, come on, man.
You get called,
come on.
You're not, you're wearing a mask. You must hate Trump too. Wait,
exactly.
What? Hold on, wait, what happened? I just want, huh?
Yeah.
And you're confused by that.
I'm
You know,
totally lost, bruh. I'm totally lost, and it's just mind-boggling to see people fucking try to walk this fine line of right and wrong and oh, I'm this perfect human being because I don't wear a mask. I'm invincible because that's the patriotic spirit.
And then we're the main ones buying up all the damn toilet paper.
in droves, man, but in cases.
Right.
Which
come on.
which still doesn't make any sense. I still don't get
understand that. I still don't understand that. It had nothing to do with diarrhea. No one had diarrhea.
Like COVID was a rectal disease.
Yeah. What happened with what was that?
No idea.
What
I ended up in.
I remember my wife dragged me to Winco. We got in there, it was packed. We are all the way to the back in line where the meat section is.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these people with friggin' 2 carriages full of toilet paper. And I was like, but on this aisle right here, it's full of Ivory and Dove soap, hand soap. What, you motherfuckers washing your hands? Come on, man.
That's not important.
Dude, this pandemic has showed us how hilarious people can be and how much money other people can make. Because plumbers, they loving it.
Oh,
people flushing T-shirts down the toilet and everything else.
Right? Right?
No, and that's a fact, though. And it shows you, this pandemic has showed you how scary this nation really is.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, shown us how strong this nation can be. But it did reveal, because we've always known we're a strong nation. Correct. We can be a little knuckleheaded at times, and we can be our own worst enemy. But this also showed us how really these people are, scared.
That goes, I'm glad you said that, Troy, about just the scary mentality. Because here's again, my conformed thought of these people, Bible thumpers. As long as you have a gun, we can conquer the world. This was one thing you could not defend yourself with a gun.
No.
If the staunchest "don't tread on me" flag driving Ford 350 lifted, balls hanging, gun rack.
Wow, that's very specific.
Was locked in the house. I don't remember the lockdown. Go to March, the end of March of 2020. Remember the lockdown. Everybody was in the house. Yes. The highways were empty. You could run up and down the highway butt ass naked and no one was out there.
Yes. On a Friday at 3:00.
That showed me how patriotic and strong I am. I'm not scared of nothing. Shit. All right. Yeah.
Okay. You was in the house, wasn't you?
Yeah, keep saying that.
And it was funny because there's a lot of things that kind of came out of this.
But you know what? This country is proving itself that, and for the most part, they've proven themselves to be scared of the unknown. Because just a quick history fact with this toilet paper thing. The last time this happened, and because it wasn't a good time for blacks anyway, so we know we weren't at the store doing it. But the last time we had a toilet paper shortage was in 1973, when a rumor started that the stock market was going to crash.
Yeah.
They went mad dash buying toilet paper. What is this? You losing money in the stock market
got to do with any sort of global loss translates directly to toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
There's something we're not getting. There's something that we don't understand.
I tell you what it is. Black people, because a lot of us have never had money anyway. Most black people, we ain't got $1 in our pocket. We go to sleep. Right. White people, they ain't got no money. They either go kill themselves or they buy a bunch of toilet paper and try and shit themselves to death.
Wow. Okay. Hold on. You stupid. Go ahead.
The toilet paper history lesson, folks, is what we do.
Is what we
Shannon
do. That's what you get here.
Shannon just told you something that was important. So there was a precedence of Americans, patriots panicking. So I want to go back real quick before we go forward, because I think Troy said it. But when I mentioned, because he said he was very specific, when I said your 350 lifted, balls hanging, gun rack, that image already made you think white person.
Oh, it's directly.
You know, that image
Directly.
made you think white person. But I am so, like, again, I'm conscious with the words I use to make people go somewhere. I took you there and I put that image there, but get it right. It was every single colored person, white, all the way down to whatever color, that was sitting in the house. Dope dealers were sitting in the house serving rocks through the window. They were so scared. Understand that. You know, so I know a lot of people like to think we just, we bash white folks. Everybody was scared.
Well, no, on this show, everybody gets it.
You didn't know where this disease was coming from. You didn't know how it could affect you. All you just knew was people was dying. Everybody was petrified. I don't care how many guns you have.
Yeah.
And you
should start selling more ammo because of the pandemic, like they could shoot it away.
Right.
Gun sales skyrocket.
Well, most money things happen on people's fears. You can make more money with telling somebody that something's going to kill them than something's going to help them.
Hey, here we go. Now we're about to go to Shannon's wheelhouse. Money, Troy, is the segue to understand this. Your point is absolutely right. People talk about people's money, they start panicking.
Yep.
The crash on Wall Street, people were jumping from buildings, hanging themselves.
They don't know how to, and that goes to Shannon's point, the idea of that some people just don't know how to not have.
Well, you're absolutely right, because again, it all goes back to this religion game. So now you got these people reading this book, these Bible thumpers who, again, what are you really conforming to in this book? What are you living by? Because a lot of you Bible thumpers like to pick and choose which verse works for you and which verses don't. Well, that don't concern me, you know? So in this Bible, it speaks of these days, these actions, these particular points in times, these revelations, these things that's going to happen. And now you see, here comes this plague. All Bible thumpers they was.
I knew it. I told you it was coming.
I've been on my box telling you it was going to come. Here comes these crickets and this plague.
Here come the locusts and all this other.
So
but you know what? You know what's so funny about that? You know what's so funny about that? We have all these Bible thumpers out there, and don't get me wrong. I don't want people to think I don't believe in a higher power. I believe there's a higher power.
Why do we have to explain that?
Right. The reason why we have to explain that, because the first time you go against any religion, this and that, and they try and crucify you.
They call you an atheist.
Yeah, atheist, and it's to a point to where I do believe that there's beings out there in a higher power. Can I state Christianity is my religion? No, I can't. The reason I can't, because not so many, but there's certain people out there, their ancestors had something to do with me losing sight of what my true religion was, because they brought my ancestors over here on a boat. So with that being said,
the best conversation I ever instigated in my entire life, I was at a bar. And this is not even a joke. I could easily make it into, but it's not a joke. I had a Christian, a Baptist, and a Muslim.
Quit playing with me.
I swear on my life, we worked together at Oakland Airport. And that's just how, and I would preface the story with this. They didn't even know that the other one was what they were. It didn't come out until a couple of bubblies came in and people started feeling comfortable to talk about what they do, you know. And I sat there and I instigated the whole damn night, because when you believe so deeply in something, you will get frustrated, turn red, and want to kill another person over it. I think that's a cult. But you call it religion. I just call it religion.
I'm in agreement with you. And it's been proven so many times. These churches that we have in the community, and this is to our people. You run to these churches, you sit up there, pastor said this, pastor said, pastor is just a man.
Man,
At the end of the damn day, pastor is pimping you. God is, and if you believe in God, Yahweh, Allah, he ain't told nobody to build no church and collect. He ain't told you to cover your pastor's anniversary and everything else. These pastors out here pimping y'all blind. And I'm sorry, I got to call it what it is. You guys are tricks and they the pimps.
Okay, I wasn't prepared for that. That was different.
It ain't tricking if you got it. It ain't tricking if you got it.
Yes, it is. It's still tricking.
It's still tricking.
Now, okay. That was funny. That caught me off guard. I was not expecting that one. Now, this is kind of my thing about. Okay. So many people are going to get just ridiculous with me on this one. Now, I believe that the Bible is a fantastic book.
Who was it written by?
Hold on. I'm not
Give
going
me the
that
author. Give me the author.
Hold on.
And which
Shannon,
version of
You know what?
Shannon,
There's a funny thing about that, though.
Shannon, that's my biggest argument. You're trying to tell me the most book in this world with the most sales, doesn't have an author, and there's nobody on this planet to this day that's related to one of the authors?
One of them.
One of them.
Just
and you got two different versions. You got the old, you got the new, you got the new.
And why do you have to have a new? Why do you have to have a new? Is that like Rocky 2? Was there some more that was gonna come?
Do we miss something?
We're doing sequels now with the Bible.
Okay. Both of you heathens, just hold on a minute.
It ain't even heathen. At least what I can say with the Quran, that's remained the same. Maybe a new backing, a new cover, but it's pretty much remained the same.
I have a problem with every single book on this earth that you can check out or buy has an author. You can track it back to that author, 1500, 1600, whatever. We can't track this author back? Come on, man. And, again, call me what you want. Heathen, atheist. Again, I don't know why we have to define who I believe in, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure there's something out there. But here's some of my issues. First, bruh, you can't tell me who the author is. Second of all, a lot of this stuff we can't confirm nor deny. I don't understand that part. That part really throws me.
It can't be fact checked. That's your problem.
Wait a minute.
How come ain't nobody related to Noah? How come ain't nobody related to Methuselah? I don't know if she's really, but Sodom and Gomorrah. How come nobody ain't related to these people that are here on earth today, right now, as we sit here? I got grandparents that go back.
Can somebody tell me who's the publisher? Because they're making a whole lot of money.
Oh, they are. Whoever publishes, you know where my Bible at. I don't know who publishes it.
Somebody, Random House? Is it Random House? Somebody's making a lot of money off this.
It's keeping somebody's doors open.
Hey.
So, hold on.
It's doing more than keeping doors open when you got these TV evangelists. Kenneth Copeland.
Shout out Creflo Dollar.
Creflo Dollar.
Creflo Dollar. The biggest pimp of them all.
Shannon, I'm going to let you finish. Shout out to Hollywood producers. When you're ready to make Dolomite meets Creflo Dollar, I want to play Creflo Dollar. I want to play Creflo Dollar.
That's your boy. And I just want a little small part as somebody deacon.
Get me in.
So
Daddy Rich all over again right here with the Staple Singers.
Yep. So Kenneth Copeland, a TV evangelist, couldn't explain why he needed a jet. Why he needed a jet. Creflo Dollar asked his congregation for $65 million and lied to him and said God told him he need to fly wherever he go in style.
Hey, you believe in miracles? Jump your ass off a building and try to fly to where you gotta go. We're gonna see how much hey, I always say that to Bible thumpers. I want to see how much you believe in your faith. Because if you believe in miracles, take your ass to the roof and jump off and let me see you fly. You can't pick and choose what part of the Bible you want to live by.
That's my biggest part. And because you'll get, and it's one of the greatest clips in TV history is from the West Wing when it's the president has all the radio hosts throughout the country at a luncheon at the White House. And one of the ladies, her radio show is mostly right. And they, of course, gays are the worst, and so on and so forth. And he goes down a list of things that, well, you know, if we have to, if we're condemning the gays, then what did he say? Can I sell my daughter? Can I, what did he say? Does the whole town have to come and stone my brother for growing different kinds of crops next to each other? And the point he was trying to make was exactly that. If you're going to call yourself religious, if you're going to be the holier than thou, and most importantly, if you're going to condemn and damn another group of people, get your life together.
Absolutely.
Get your life together.
You know what? And I gotta say this. I guess what bugs me is that these pastors, these churches, they're businesses.
Mm-hmm.
They're nonprofit businesses at that.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be about the community. But when we have anything that takes place in the community, especially our Black churches, and I guess what really hurts is with our last president, there was a bunch of Black pastors sitting up here in the White House with him.
That was the worst thing ever. That was so offensive. So offensive.
It was a smack in the face.
Let me tell you, when me and Tiff, when we lived in Oakland, we did loss mitigation and we had a consulting business in Oakland. I put together a sort of a plan to help churches raise money and work their money better through investments and blah, blah, blah. And going to, if you know anything about Oakland, Oakland's filled with credit unions who want to actually put money back in the community because it makes them money. Tiff and I went and we had a meeting with a group of churches, a group of pastors from different churches. I think it was like 4 or 5 of them, and a couple of their parishioners. And we offered them our services for free. For free. We said, you know what? We're going to show you how to go to these banks as a collective and get better interest rates, get all these different things for your church so you don't have to have a thermometer on the wall. One of the people that went to one of these churches said, well, what do you get? I said, excuse me? She said, oh yeah, what do you get? I'm giving you this for free. Giving you this information and helping you for free. I get nothing except for the building and the upliftment of the community in your church. We do, and this is when we were doing real estate also. It's like, if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can come, we can help you get a loan for a house, but we're not asking for anything. The woman looked at me and said, I knew you got something out of it. I was like, what? I was done.
That's the sentiment in the community, especially Black community. Like Shannon said, you know, all it is to me is a ripoff. And it started way back when, like Shannon said, this Christianity was forced on us. Yes. And the layers that we're dealing with today, to Shannon's point about the pastors up there with 45, that game, that thought right there, you trace back to slavery and the carnage that got us here. And they said, you need to conform. There's that word again. You need to conform to be like us, to obey like us, yes, to think like us, to act like us.
Think like us.
So now you have these pastors who believe in this religion, who their mind has already said, we need to get along because that's what the Bible says. Turn the other cheek. That's what the Bible says. Love thy neighbor. That's what the Bible says. The Bible is part of America. So we're going to stand up here with this person and say, we need to be bigger. We need to be better. We need to not worry and stoop so low. Because we need to be the bigger person. And as together, as a society, we can grow stronger. And
Hey, hold
In
on.
the famous words, wait, hold on. In the
Go ahead.
famous words of my boy Manute Bo, no, 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 no.
And I was say the same thing. And it is always like that until you disagree with one of them.
Absolutely.
Because right
Absolutely.
now, we're in a sort of a state of we need somebody to stand up. And we talked about this before, but we didn't talk about it in the aspect of religious leaders. But we needed someone to stand up and say, hey, this is wrong. Folks, let's get together. Everything you just said, Smitty, that they are supposed to do within their community. But I can guarantee you, it stops when they tell you, you know what, once you go ahead and work with that pastor over there that's right around the corner from your church because y'all in the same community. Why don't y'all get something together? Even if y'all both Pentecostal, so y'all believe in the same teachings, why don't y'all get together and fix what's going on in your community? Oh, well, I don't like dealing with him.
Right.
And his wife don't like my first lady, and they first lady ain't cool. My deacon went to church with went to school with they choir, and it's always something that is so petty and ego driven. Now,
but you know what gets me?
Hold on.
Let
me just say this, get this last part out.
Okay.
Mind you, it's not all of them.
No.
And I'm not gonna say that all churches are bad, and it's not all of them, but we know which ones that are bad, and we understand that the good ones sometimes get outnumbered, and the good ones don't have the biggest churches. The good ones don't have the biggest congregations, because certain things that money can actually go to that these churches could help never somehow gets fixed.
Dude, you know what?
Go ahead,
Honestly,
Shannon.
yeah, I'm going. I know Smitty mentioned it. This New Testament thing with turn the other cheek. Here's the problem. They don't believe, and keep in mind when we go back through history. This is why I said, give me the author, because the Old Testament says eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Yeah.
Our so-called slave masters back then, they couldn't have black people whooping their ass. So they was like, we got to change this up. And they started changing the wording, turn the other cheek. So if the cops kick your ass, turn the other cheek. Let them kick the other side too.
Right.
That's basic.
Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we go throughout history where we go back to the Crusades. The Crusades were supposedly, everybody needs to be Catholic. Well, do they? Well, they got money and they got gold and they have spices and there's people that we can enslave. We can stretch our own territory, so we can do that. We'll call it the Crusades, that we're trying to make everybody become Catholic because, hey, that's the right religion. Same with slavery. There's a passage in the Bible, and it eludes me right now, but it justifies. They use that passage in the Bible to justify what they did. They use the Bible to actually justify why we're 3/5 a man.
Well, I want to extend on that because, again, my problem with this whole church thing. Again, if you're a hoot riding Bible thumper, I'm not. Hey, knock yourself out. Everybody got to believe in something. You know what I'm saying?
You.
The Staple Singer said it best. You got to believe in something. So,
Really?
I go back to the black pastors that were standing up there with 45. At the end of the day, we know it's about money. Like Troy said, every black church you go into, and you know what? Not even every church you go into, got their thermometer up there of their ties, they building funds, this fund, that fund, that they got to get this money to. At the end of the day, it comes to money. Now, this is what kills me about this whole church and state. That's how this America was built, on separation of church and state, because they didn't want the king and the queen to tell you what religion you can choose. First Amendment, freedom of religion. So it should be a separation of church and state. But in this where we're at, and so many people just so sucked in to this whole Bible and this whole religion. They get money, like Shannon said. They're a 501c3 nonprofit, and they get money. So in this bill that the government just passed, they got $2 trillion. Churches did $2 trillion. That's why them black folks were standing up there. Make sure they get their little chunk.
Get their money. They want
Get
their
their money, right? And that's the thing that kills me about that. How can you sit there and say we're built art? And this is why I'm confounded on the Constitution about picking and choosing what works for you, because you built the Constitution based on separation of church and state, but now you got the government giving the church money. People, if you're going to Bible thump and you're going to conform, please tell me which one you're going to Bible thump and what you're going to conform to. Because you can't have both
all
ways.
of it. You got to take all of it.
You got people hiding behind religion with health, with the pandemic. Or if God wanted me to die by this, then I love him. I'll be dead. Because if he doesn't want me to have it, he'll protect me, because it said it in verse 37, 95, 45. In the red print. You know the part where Jesus is speaking is red and he said he was going to save me? Yeah. So I don't mind not wearing a mask. Wait, hold on. The government said wear a mask. Well, the Bible didn't. Come on, man. This is why society's all
and see, and this is a brainwashing part, though. And this is a slick part on their ancestors, and I give it to them. They brought religion in and said, this is Christianity. This misconcept, and a lot of black people about to get pissed off because they've been befumbled.
Oh, we done pissed them off talking about their pastor.
Oh my God, already. You have no idea how many people we pissed off.
They're going to really be pissed with this. They're going to really be pissed with this, because they still set in that slave mentality. Because when you look at it, this is all part of that Jim Crow. It's just constantly evolving. Think about it.
Because I'm gonna go ahead and go just a little bit further. This is 2021. And this actually goes out to everybody for y'all to listen to this. I'm just gonna say this one part. His feet were of bronze.
Say it again for the people in the back.
His feet were of bronze. Now,
hair of wool. Hair of wool.
Hair of wool. Now, we understand just from that, we have one side who still consistently think that black folks are 3/5 of man, but you worship a full man that looks like that 3/5 that you want to keep in their place. Shannon, to your point, just recently, and we still have a few who got that picture of that blue-eyed dude up on the wall. That in itself, that little conundrum in itself, where if you say that I believe in this as being the word, it says it in the word that his feet were of bronze, but you still got a picture of that dude of Steve on your wall. And then, hold on the other hand, y'all ain't as good as I am because the writings tell me so, but the writings in which you are taking this information from, that dude got feet of bronze. Is it who
pick and choose?
That's what's wrong with pick your struggle. Now
it was hot that day. It was hot that day.
That day. So
crayon tan.
Fundamentally, these people are steadily being, I can't even say that they're given information. This information is old as the Bible. Huh. Look at that. Now,
What year was the Bible? What year was the Bible wrote?
Look at that.
but if that thing was written in
74.
72,
74.
74, okay, I said 72, my bad. So you still have the information in which to follow, but you still picking and choosing what you want to take out of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is it just me? Is it this dude?
Hey, again,
Is it the dude?
that's
Is it
been
that
my
dude?
biggest thing. You know, I call one gentleman on this earth pastor. Y'all know I don't believe in titles.
Mhm.
But I respect him that much for being honest. For
Yeah.
being honest. I call him pastor. Nobody else gets that from me because I've seen too much in my life where I've seen somebody praising this person and then they walk right outside and have a drink or smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We can't pick and choose. You know what I'm
No.
saying? And again, that's a lot of this society's problems. It's they want to put everything behind this religion. And then anything that goes against what they want to pick and choose out of that religion is a bad thing.
Oh, that's the worst.
That's the worst
That's the
thing.
worst. That's the worst thing ever. And we can go ahead and just start a war on that one.
And again, I'm glad you made that point. I'm glad you made that point about wars. People worried about black on black violence. People worried about a pandemic. People worried about AIDS. People worried about heart disease. If you go back and just check history from the beginning of man or whenever this Bible was created, supposedly, allegedly, maybe somewhat blurry, they don't know. But if you check it out, most of the wars, most of the murders in this world are in the name of somebody's religion.
Not only in the name of in somebody's religion, but also justified and executed in the name of someone's religion.
So when and this happens all the time, but it just stands out to me when 9/11 occurred and baby boy Bush went down there to ground zero and got the microphone and said, "God bless America." With all due respect, what the fuck does God have to do with any of that? Because the people that did that did not believe in God.
No.
And the people that were in that building didn't necessarily believe in God. There were a whole different nationalities in those buildings or in those planes. So that I don't understand that. And especially if you're the president and you were sworn to uphold the Constitution. In the Constitution, it says plain separation of church and state. So how can you get up there and say, God bless America, and then the rest of these patriots in this country say, hell yeah?
Well, that's why.
Exactly.
That's exactly why.
We need to go to war. He tried to kill my daddy.
We need to go burn them all. All them Muslims is horrible. They all that's the devil. It's
Absolutely.
like, no. And because it's and especially in politics, you have to have an enemy.
So great point. And so how come we was ready to go to war and burn every Muslim at the stake after 9/11, but we ain't went to war on Timothy McVeigh's people. We ain't went to war on the Unabombers people. We ain't went to war on Bundy. We ain't went to war on Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was eating your white children, people, and we ain't went to war on his folk.
You know what though? You know what? Let's back up, okay? Let's back up because
don't talk to me about we going to war because you motherfucker, you just wanted to go to war because those people didn't believe in your religion and they don't look like you. That's all.
No. Forget the religion. They don't look like you.
Right. And then let's back up because Timothy McVeigh,
Marine.
And a lot of people felt that he was wrong. Here's my problem with that little scenario. People fail to realize that Timothy McVeigh was a product of his own government. This is what they made him. We complain about what he did, but we don't complain what our government and law enforcement do to innocent civilians every damn day. Waco, Ruby Ridge. Our government went on false intel to Ruby Ridge, killed this man's kids and his wife.
Yeah, but
And there was and where? How do you rectify that, dude?
They didn't go to war against David Koresh. They didn't go to war against Jim Jones.
No, because Jim Jones killed a lot of black people.
Come on, I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't go to war against Charles Manson.
Nope.
You know.
No, they scheduled us. Hey, they scheduled a war against Chucky.
But you know what? Here's the problem. Here's the problem, though. They don't do anything to harm their own, and it's so bad because I just read an article.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, this man has spent the majority of his life in a juvenile. He went to prison when he was a juvenile. This man has spent over 40-some years locked up. His life is gone. He went in when he was 15. Eisenhower just became I think Eisenhower just became the president. This man is 80-some years old now. And we call that justice?
No. They call that religion. They call that religion because under God's eyes, he was wrong and he had to serve his time to God. Again, that's that picking and choosing and trying to infiltrate a religion into the government system. And then under that government system, you have a judicial system that tells you right before they electrocute your ass, God have mercy on your soul. Come on, man. God ain't killing that man. God ain't killing that man.
And my whole thing is, you know, everybody's talking about, well, we need the death penalty. If you already saying it's wrong for that person to go out here and commit a murder, what makes it right for you to kill him?
That goes back to your point about the eye for an eye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Turn the other cheek, eye for an eye. Which part of the Bible are you going to actually conform to? You know, because it clearly says in there, don't kill thy neighbor. I don't believe in murder. All this crap, you know? But then you try, and again, hold on. I want to make sure cats understand. I'm not condoning murder. I'm not condoning any kind of violence. I'm not condoning any kind of crime. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, how can you have both? How can you say, I don't believe in murder and God bless America, but we're going to kill this person because he committed a crime as heinous as it may be? Again, you can't have it both ways. That's all I'm saying.
Two words. Convenience and justification.
I hear you.
Yeah, I think that's why most of our politicians lay in bed with these preachers.
Ooh, I thought you was going somewhere else, dog.
Wow, yes, bro. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, me and Smitty, we both puckered up a little bit.
I thought
I started to go there. I thought
we was going straight into the mountain, no brakes.
No.
I started to go there, but I had to put the brakes on it, okay?
Everything, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna speak. Everything right here stopped.
Yeah.
That's why these politicians in the bed with what? With who?
The internet was about to break.
Hey, you know what? We can't give our viewers everything all in one. We can't. We can say that for
I gotta drink some water on that one, and you almost made me swallow my tongue, dog.
Yeah.
Bruh. Give me give us a minute, bruh.
Bring it back, people. Bring it back.
We'll hit that on another show. I will remember that. And we can tell people who our politicians lay in bed with and why things are the way they are.
Ooh.
Okay.
Teaser alert.
Yeah, we'll bring that up on another show. So
we might save that for the live show.
Man. We didn't even get to the midget wrestling at DMP.
Man, right? And that was gonna be an important conversation.
Well, you know what? In the light of things,
I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. It was. You know, what is it? Are they little people?
Yeah, you can't call them midgets. Dwarfism.
Hey, listen.
Hold on. Wait.
On here, you are what you are. You are what you are.
Explain to me if actually no.
I'm scared of midgets. I just want to let everybody know that. There's two things on this earth that scare me. Midgets and clowns.
I'm gonna tell you a great midget story.
One, the midget, I figured what did you do so bad in your previous life that you can't be a full-size person?
That you
And
came
in
back.
clowns, I'm always concerned, why are you hiding your face? Who are you running from? So those are the two people that scare me.
Every clown got a warrant.
How can you be scared of midgets? They just little people.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you this story why my mother is scared.
Have you ever seen the movie Fair Play with Chevy Chase?
Yes.
There's a midget in there. I can't watch that movie.
You are ridiculous.
Swear.
So when I was about, I'd say about 4 or 5 years old.
You can't even fight a midget. That's not even fair.
Hold on. Actually, this is that story. I was about 4 or 5 years old, and me and my mom had took me out, and we were at a store, and it was, being rambunctious. We were checking out. My mom was at the register. I left off because I seen another kid I was gonna have a conversation with. Although I came up and I hit the kid. Turns out the kid was a midget.
Wait,
hold on.
Wait, bruh, you know what that takes me to? You dumbass, you don't know the difference between gold and horse shit.
You know what I'm talking about. So where my mom flips out. You stupid. And it was sheep shit and gold and sheep shit. That's the quote. That's the coldest thing anybody has ever said to me. My mother that's why no one can say anything to hurt my feelings. Because if you don't know my mother, you have no idea. You ain't got a clue about what this is all about right here. I'll tell that story on a different time.
Please.
But I hit a midget. My mom freaks out because she doesn't know what this dude is getting ready to do. So she has to run and save me from a fight at I'm about 4 or 5 years old with a grown man.
If he'd have knocked the shit out of you, dog, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah. Facts. That is straight, no lie.
You're about to get your ass whooped by a bunch of men.
Sorry, man.
At 4 years old, right?
At 4 years old, I just went up and hit a dude.
Man.
You can't make this shit up.
You can't. I'm just saying. My confidence level now, I can attribute it to that.
Oh, God.
Well, you know what? You can't make this up, man. You can't. Dude, I got a question for you.
What's that? Let's give his breath to kill.
Dude, no, because we got a lot of little people around here. You go down to Southern California, you have quite a few. I don't have a problem with them. They little people. I can't call them midgets.
No, they're little people, and that's fine. And I have nothing against them.
They little grown people.
I don't know why you're laughing right now, though.
They little grown. They little grown people. I can see it now.
Oh my God!
He was gonna jack you up.
Man, it was a whole thing. And mind you, so I've always been I've always been short. I didn't start growing really until I was in the 10th grade, 9th, 10th grade. And so
have you ever seen a midget minister?
Oh, we're done. That's the show. That's the show. We're out. I can't. Nope. You can I am not with you on that.
I was gonna ask it, but I left it alone.
You're stupid.
Oh my God. Oh.
Have you ever seen a midget working through a drive-through?
You're going to hell. You were going to hell. Oh my God, you were so... Oh. Hold on. When I said earlier that Shannon had some issues at the beginning of the show, Y'all didn't believe me. He tried to defend himself.
Hey, that's my solution for the day. Do not
discriminate.
Do not discriminate.
Don't discriminate, and don't frequent a church where the minister is a midget. You gonna get shortchanged.
Oh, we all going to hell. So
No, we all ain't going.
I wonder if they got any midgets in here.
I'm taking right now. I'm standing up for our little people.
No.
Oh, you're horrible. You're a mid. Wow.
Good.
I ain't never. You got me thinking about that one.
Pastor Tallwater.
You ever seen one driving a car though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't. I'm not. Anyway,
Yeah,
solutions.
he was going there.
You two are
I had
bad
to go
people.
there.
Anyway, though.
Bad people.
No, not bad people. See, and this is what this is what church does to people.
Huh?
This is what church does to people.
I'm listening.
The biggest hypocrites in the world come from church.
I'll give you that.
Absolutely.
I will give you that one.
And that's why I say on this show, you are what you are. If
Yeah.
you're a racist, you're a racist.
First
If
of all,
you're a
you wipe your
Bible
face.
thumper,
You finish
you're a
wiping
Bible
your
thumper.
cry tears.
Yeah, I mean,
Smitty,
huh?
wipe your eyes.
Oh, my bad, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you are what you are, and we wouldn't be who we are if we tiptoed around the mulberry bush. Okay.
Yes.
So if we did that, then we would be no better than any of these nonprofits out here who ain't doing nothing, but they claim they're doing something. All right. So understand that. If your
Yes.
feelings was hurt, then we're doing our job. If you was offended, then you should probably take that stick out your ass and lighten up a little bit.
Get
It's
your life
totally
together
cool.
because we're talking about
Yeah,
you.
because I'm already offended that they took my boy Speedy Gonzalez off of Warner Brothers now.
That's just asinine. That's asinine.
Pepe Le Pew.
You know.
Also.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a whole. We can. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, this is the end. That's the beginning of a show conversation.
Yeah. That
So,
is.
also, real quick, with the idea of you gonna play it, Shannon?
Yes, I am, because we
Okay.
need to constantly keep remember.
Because
people
and
need
this
to be
is
reminded.
an important thing of why we do this. All jokes aside, of why we do this.
Are we signing off on this?
Yeah, we're gonna
After
sign
the-
off on this. So
after
yeah,
the-
we're gonna sign off.
Check y'all
on
out
this.
next time, folks. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
No,
you
we're
as
gonna-
always.
We're gonna come back right after this.
Oh, we're gonna come back. Oh, that's
Oh.
right. Yeah, we're gonna come back. But the point of this is to make sure that the cause of the community, and when I say the community, that's the whole United States. We're a community at this point because we have a determining cause that is facing it. So go ahead and Shannon and play the video. There you go. That just goes back and it just goes to make sure we understand the faces to our cause, the faces to why the third show exists. Because it's not specifically those faces, because those faces look like all of us. And that's what we need to remember, that it's not about us. As my brother Smitty loves to point out, and I love that he points this out, we ain't but this much. We ain't but that much in this big old thing. and we're just using this platform and we're using our voices just to bring awareness to certain things and just have conversations and let people know that these people and the people in that video cannot be forgotten.
And keep in mind, the last person in that video, the Messiah himself, what color he really was.
Pick your struggle, people. So we signing out.
We signing out, good people.
All right. Thank y'all again for joining us. Please, thank you, my brother Shannon, my brother Smitty, our sister Beatrice. People, throughout everything that we talked about tonight, the midget preacher is something that's going to stick with me for a while. That's going to bother me. That's going to haunt me tonight.
I'm actually going to start looking at drive-through windows now.
that
Peace, people.
Good night. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us on all platforms. Please like our pages for us. We appreciate it. Good night.